No, so why is it a ridiculous idea? Mr. Bayankhati, unless you have already decided that now we are in collision course, whatever we have to do is to move towards, 27th and that massive protest.
Let us first understand.
No, let me ask you one question.
Yeah.
The independent director of prosecution will not be a joint secretary in the law ministry or the home ministry or the finance ministry. He'll be an independent person. That person can look at the evidence brought to him by the CBI and say, I am not happy with this evidence, or I reject this evidence, or I accept this evidence. What's wrong with that idea?
Let's understand why the Lokpal bill was made in the first place. The Lokpal bill was made in the first place because the way the CBI was used to investigate cases brought forward such weak cases that prosecution could do nothing, judges could do nothing. So the government does not wish to lose control over the investigation part. They are using all kind of technical things, all kind of breakups, all kind of fragmentation, just to maintain control over the investigative part of the CBI. And that is the soul of this entire bill. If you remove that, then
but none
now
of
Prime Minister, now 1 minute.
None of that.
No, let me say this one more thing.
Yes.
Yes, CBI is the one.
1 minute. Yes.
CBI is the one investigating the Prime Minister. Now, if the Prime Minister is kept and CBI is not given independence, and the whole thing is a charade.
Okay.
No, 1 minute. I want to bounce that. I want to bounce that.
What if the Lokpal is corrupt? How will the CBI get investigate the Lokpal?
One second. I want to bounce that of Chandan Mitra, and I want to ask Mr. Chandan Mitra again tonight. Please take a position on it, because Mr. Chandan Mitra, don't watch from the ring sides. Here's the situation. Somebody investigates, say, the Prime Minister or a minister under an independent directorate of prosecutions, which by the way, many senior leaders in your own party support. They can say that, we are not happy with your investigation, go back and do the investigation. Or they can say that this investigation seems fixed, it seems cooked up, it seems falsified, it seems like political vendetta, we reject it. Why does this proposal not work, and why is Team Anna not discussing this proposal? Why is the BJP not looking at this proposal? Why is it either all or nothing kind of an approach? Chandan Mitra.
No, there is no such thing. No such thing.
No.
See, now let us wait. The time for debate, in my opinion, is over. It was long over. Now let us see what the government does. Now the government has changed its mind so often. It has first said absolutely no to Prime Minister being included. Then they said we'll leave it to the wisdom of the House. That was the report of the Standing Committee. Now the government, we hear, says that Prime Minister with safeguards should be part of the Lokpal bill. Fine. Now let them now come out with the bill in its finality. We are going to see. It is possible that all that we are discussing today will become redundant. 1 minute. Let me complete. Let me complete. Please do not interrupt. I am saying this may be entirely redundant by tomorrow. Government may end up conceding everything that Anna Hazare and his people are demanding. How do we know? And so now it's a matter of just...
I beg your pardon. What do you mean, Mr. Anna Hazare and people are demanding?
1 minute.
That Parliament will decide.
Chandan Mitra, Aryaman Sundaram is upset with your suggestion.
How do you know which people are demanding what?
Mr. Aryaman Sundaram obviously does not understand what I am trying to say. Obviously, the Parliament will decide. Any 6-year-old knows that.
1 minute, let him complete.
Knows that, and I don't have to kind of spell out everything, every alphabet in order to make Mr. Sundaram understand what I'm trying to say. The point is that let that bill come and let that bill be tabled in Parliament. Every parliamentarian has an opinion on the subject. And finally, there will be amendments, there will be voting, and the bill will be accepted. My fear is that the government will give no time and will table the bill on only in the last day or second last day of Parliament, and then say pass it immediately. Now this will be a travesty of the democratic process. Parliament has to discuss the debate.
That is exactly what I am
saying.
Why
we want that bill to be tabled immediately.
Now that you've made your point, and I would like to reassert here and put it in historical perspective that at least 2 former directors of the CBI have publicly acknowledged that the CBI has been manipulated by reigning governments from time to time. The argument tonight is why should the CBI not be its own boss? Aryaman Sundaram, your response to Chandan Mitra.
My response to Mr. Chandan Mitra is, I really do not understand where we are talking on different language here. I am saying the same thing.
Yeah, because you're not understanding what I'm trying to say.
The language I do not understand.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Why are you
I do not understand.
Why are you contradicting me?
You are talking about Parliament
without listening to what I'm saying.
Anna Hazare and the
you
people.
First listen to
I
me.
don't understand this verses. There is a view put forward to Parliament.
You don't understand what I'm trying to say.
Parliament will decide, and that is exactly what I'm saying. But the topic for discussion today is something slightly different. I think Arnab is concentrating on the role of the CBI. Of course, Parliament will decide. Parliament is the body to decide.
No, one second. My question is...
Let the government come up with the proposal. We will discuss and debate.
One minute. Sanjay Shah, a point must be understood here. What are we debating? We are debating what could or not happen in the next few days. And the circumstance that Chandan Mitra seems to be prepared for, Chandan Mitra, correct me if I am wrong, that tomorrow the government puts out in its cabinet a proposal, a draft, that parts of the draft are leaked out to the media, including here on Times Now, which we get to know is a complete rejection of what Prashant Bhushan and team want as far as details of the CBI is concerned. Then Anna Hazare hardens his pitch, he carries on for the next phase of the agitation. Will the BJP even then just sit on the ring sides and say, it's the government put the proposal, they should handle Team Anna, why ask us? It's a convenient approach, but it's...
I refuse. I have made it plain that I will not speculate. Because the government should have tabled the bill, now, and it's too serious and too important and too fundamental a piece of legislation to be debated on the basis of leaked reports or whatever. Let the bill be tabled.
Chandan Mitra says I will not speculate.
So Chandan Mitra, Chandan, I really appreciate the fact that you agree that the government should not be pressurized, should not be forced to take decisions on a momentous and a historical legislation of this kind. I would request you to please use your good offices with Team Anna and please convince them. Why don't you please use your good offices to convince Team Anna that they are being unreasonable and to ensure
a government which does not consult us, we don't bail out the government. Why should we bail out the government? Have they consulted? Have they bothered? Have they taken?
You have gone before the standing committee. You have noted your dissent there.
Is somebody interested in weeding out corruption? Is somebody interested in a genuine Lokpal? Or is everybody making political mileage out of a collision course?
I'm sorry, we are not taking political mileage. Let the government come up with the bill. They have played around too much. The Prime Minister assured the bill will be passed in this session and hardly 3 days are left, and even the draft of the bill has not been placed before the House. Who is playing politics? Who is taking people for a ride?
Mr. Chandan Mitra, everything you're saying right now is playing politics.
1 minute, we are getting other responses in. 1 minute, Anil Dharkar.
The Independent Directorate of Prosecution.
Anil Dharkar.
We are not coming out with a clear stand.
1 minute, Anil Dharkar.
What Aryaman is saying is absolutely right. The BJP finds this situation to its comfort. It will keep encouraging the Anna camp to be confrontationist because it suits it. The Anna camp, let me tell you, is not interested in any solution. Because Anna Hazare...
Be specific.
No, I'm being specific. Anna Hazare is a man of very, very limited intellectual capacity.
That's a very big generalization.
It is.
I'm afraid
I'm sorry.
Let's not get personal.
No, it is.
Let's not get personal. No, let's not get personal.
It's not personal.
Let's not get personal. Let's not get personal. No, let's remain to the issue. Let's not make personal observations on people.
I strongly object to this.
Yes, Chandan Mitra objects to this and he
is surrounded by people who want to be in the limelight. For them, it's a single point agenda, and their position on the food bill just shows that an important legislation which is passed, they are opposing it because
can we come
why? Because they want their point to be. They want to be in the limelight. They will do whatever happens to stay in the limelight.
1 second, Prashant.
I need to say something.
This is very, most regrettable. Most regrettable that you call Anna Hazare a dimwit.
I think that is a personal view of Mr. Would you like to take that back, sir? Would you like to take that back, sir?
Take back what?
Because this channel doesn't subscribe to making personal allegations on any individual.
I have not made an allegation. I made an observation.
Personal observations, sir. Would you like to take that back?
I would not take it back because I see that Anna Hazare is a man of
That's not
I need to come
intellectual capacity.
Can we make...
We have seen that.
What are the levels?
There's no... One minute.
Can
Mr.
we
Darkar.
make observations about you also, sir?
1 minute.
Can I come on to this?
Mayank, 1 minute, gentlemen.
Observations?
I would not like to come down to this level
Frankly,
of
I
Mr.
don't wish to
Darkar.
continue.
But what I would like to say here is that the entire soul of this is the independent and a strong Lokpal, and CBI's investigative agency being independent is the key element of that. If you remove that, then this becomes like an empty box and it's got no value. So we will need to fight for that, and we will continue to do so.
Yeah, my question to Prashant Bhushan, who's back.
Yes, sir, and what needs to be emphasized is the government needs to answer. Why does it want control over investigation?
Absolutely.
Again and again the same question comes up. Why does it want control over investigation? You can't say that let the government investigate and then there'll be a prosecution wing which will monitor that investigation or see if it's well done. Why?
My question to
Why should
Prashant
the
Bhushan.
government have that? It's for them to answer, not for Anna.